Willie D Live.
What's up, family? A growing debate is unfolding online as Black Americans react to events involving South Africa, specifically xenophobia. You got a lot of South Africans who are abusing Black Africans who are not from South Africa. I mean, they are upset at them for real. They're mad because, according to them, they are coming there and draining their resources. Yeah, so they jumping on them, fam. They beating them up, doing all kinds of stuff to them. Now, my question is this: what did they do to them white folks when they were out there stealing their resources? And I'm talking about major. I ain't talking about clinical resources. I'm not talking about government aid. I'm talking about land. Yeah. What about that? You know, what did they do about that? So I just wanted to make sure, fam, I wasn't the only one out there, with this mindset, because I do not understand how these people can allow others to do them any kind of way and they can bow down. Even right now in South Africa, there's a whole lot of Black people in South Africa. They can't even go to certain neighborhoods without getting jumped. Yeah, they can't go to certain neighborhoods that are not Black without getting jumped. But they're swinging on their own people. They got a lot of vitriol for non-South Africans. Yeah, fam. Non-Black South Africans. I want you to check this video out by, I think her name is Giovanni. That's the name that I saw on TikTok, on the video that I saw on TikTok. So I'm not sure if that's her name, but I wanted to give that credit where credit is due. Check it out.
Video breaks my heart. This is not something that other African should tolerate from South Africa. Why would you be so unfriendly to your fellow Africans to the extent of going into hospitals and asking those who are not South African to leave regardless of their condition? It shows a lack of care and humanity. This is very serious. I urge everyone to watch the video and share your...
Okay, that was really quick. It was quick to the point, but yeah, why would you be that way with your own? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. This is Marquette Burton right here. And
this is the South Africans yet again chasing down and abusing Black Africans. And while they do it, they ignore the whites, the Indians, and all of the other foreigners who are there sucking the blood out of the economy and out of the earth. And I often hear South Africans get very emotional and then they immediately go into lies. Oh, it's not like that. It is, you've never been to South Africa. Well, funny you say that. Actually, I've been to South Africa like 18 times, various places, whether we're talking about Cape Town and not only the nice places like Camps Bay. I've also been to Joburg. I've seen your shanty towns and places like Soweto. I've been to Durban. So I've moved around your country. And in fact, I've employed people in your country. I had 4 people working for me in South Africa. I was going to buy some property there. I just couldn't find anyone who actually wanted to work and get the deal done. And at the time that I was going to make the purchase, you guys were having load shedding, I think you euphemistically call it. I say all that to say this. Black South Africans, we need to catch Trevor Noah. We need to catch South Africans wherever they are on the planet Earth and give them a taste of this until you guys stop this behavior.
Marquette want to ride on Trevor. Family, where are y'all with this? Give me a thumbs up if you think Marquette is on point, as far as his commentary about South Africans riding on non-South Africans who are Black. Nobody else, just the Black ones. What are your thoughts? Give me a thumbs up if you think they're doing the right thing. Hey man, they're just protecting what's theirs. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, I'm not with that. Seems like a bunch of cowards to me. Here's another video from Marquette. Shouts out to Marquette, man. Marquette be on his game. Look, and he come with facts, not a whole bunch of feelings and emotions, just facts.
Well, Black South Africans, it's your move. Imagine being in a country where you're the overwhelming majority. You still get bullied and degraded in a place called South Africa.
This is him commenting after a video surfaced of some South Africans who were being pushed around by some white South Africans, Black South Africans being ran off by some white South Africans. It's a video out there about that. You should look it up. But this is Marquette commenting on that and making the connection to the current state of affairs in South Africa, where you have South Africans bullying and pushing around Black Africans who are not from South Africa.
By those who oppressed your grandmothers, they still do the same thing to you today. Yet you seem to be so focused on the Black African immigrants, calling them illegals, abusing them, and then you let this go on. We saw the white criminal take the first blow, snatch the hat off of some little fool. Yes, then things erupted and got physical, and you guys were outnumbered, probably because you weren't well organized. Your move, Black South Africans.
And let me say this, fam. What the Black South Africans are doing to other Black Africans is akin to what Black Americans do to Black Americans in the US. I'm talking about some Black Americans who prey on their own. They're scared to death of these white cops and white police and the white system. They scared to death. But boy, they are brave. I'm talking about they superheroes or villains, depending on how you want to look at it. They are super villains. I'm going to look at them like villains. They are super villains when it comes to dealing with their own. When they feel they have been wronged by a Black person, all they know is aggression. All they know is violence. All they know is insults. And they are quick. I mean, hair trigger quick. Yeah, it's a whole lot of dudes who have that mentality with their own, but they ain't got no smoke for them other folks. Think about what I'm saying, fam. Look at all these dudes who have bragged about this no-fly zone stuff. They only have a no-fly zone for their own people. No-fly zone. Think of you that bad where you can tell somebody they can't even fly into your city? Oh, that's right. It's not your city. It's only your city, figuratively speaking, when you're dealing with your own people. But when you're dealing with somebody else, they can come and go as they please because you're scared of them, because you're trained like a little doggy. Yeah, you're trained. You're trained to prey on your own people. That's coward behavior. See, me, if I got a problem with somebody, anybody can get it. And I mean anybody. That's how I rock. A problem is a problem. I don't look at your position. I don't look at your title. I don't look at your skin color. None of that. A problem is a problem. But some of y'all got that stigma. Yeah, y'all been brainwashed. Y'all got that Stockholm thing going on. Yeah, you only see that type of energy. You got that for your own, but you ain't got nothing for them other folks. That's why I do not respect you. I do not respect the ones who behave like that in America, and I do not respect the ones who behave like that in South Africa and beyond. Y'all some cowards, straight up. I have zero respect for you. Now, all you South Africans are, well, y'all black ones, y'all let the white people do this. Woo, 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 woo. Man, we 20% of the population at the max. Y'all sitting over there at 99% of the population and still being handled. Y'all sitting over there at 99% of the population and still scared to death. You and us are not the same. We are not the same. Now, to all the South Africans out there who see us as one big family, salute to y'all. I ain't got no problem with y'all. But I'm talking about the cowards, man. I'm specifically talking about the cowards. I'm specifically talking about the ones who got smoke for people who look like them, but none for them other folks. I'm talking about them. I'm talking about those cowards. Cowards. These people are down on their luck. They did exactly what your dumb ass would do if you had an opportunity. Go somewhere where you think that you can do better for yourself and your family. If you got a problem with anybody, your problem should be with the government who let them in the first place. Your problem should not be with them. Your problem should be with the government who let them in. And what is the government doing? What is the law enforcement doing? They're sitting back watching the show. They're supposed to be providing law and order, but they're sitting back and they're watching the show. Your politicians are sitting back watching the show. They would never let you get away with doing white people that way. They would never let you get away with that. But they allow you to do it to your own people. Why is that? You can't figure it out because you're slow. And that's why you're doing what you're doing to your own people, because you're slow. You've been brainwashed. Yeah. It ain't your fault. It's your mammy and your pappy fault. And then their mammy and their pappies, and so on and so on. That's right. I said, I know you. I know your type. I know your type. And I ain't never been to South Africa, unlike Marquette. I ain't never been to South Africa, but I know your type. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.